I'm answering the question, how do I manifest what I want quickly? Or how do I manifest it fast? How do I have it now? And I'll answer in a sense of how to create what you want with ease. Or you might want to say, choose your reality, as I sometimes say. Ultimately, we're talking about how do I create or live in my desired life, my desired reality, and have lovely experiences that are what I want. Now, we also talk a lot about specific situations that we may want to create or specific outcomes. So it's all about, I feel, the ease and the flow is all in the belief. So a lot of my tips are based around, or my coaching is tips and coaching is based on self-belief. When we believe it to be true, it's like it's already a done deal, and then it's just a matter of time, even though it's measuring time, or what time even means is a whole nother story. But I'll just say that in the sense that we understand it's only a matter of time before our manifestation comes to fruition, right? Because we already know that it's real. So that would be my overall best advice. So some examples, I often use the example of going to work at the BBC, so I won't use that one today, though that's my best example. And also why I like referring back to those times when I've created what I've wanted very easily, it was a childlike faith, and it was before I studied as much as I know now. So 20 to 30 years ago, I was living like this without the study, and it's just like, okay, it was all about the knowing and the actual, it's like totally convincing yourself that that's something that you're about to do, or that you are doing, or you are now being. So going to the BBC, let's just I'll change the location. I also wanted to go to Paris. So in that same year that I went overseas, I really wanted to go to Paris, and I knew I was going to Paris. And yes, there's action, and I needed to make plans to physically be in Paris. Though it's like having a direct path. I'm just choosing my words here without a script. I had a direct path, like literally I had a path because I went to Paris, but I mean that I had intention. So these are all the words that I'm thinking of to explain, but I'm feeling mostly certainty. So yes, there's intention. I'm going to Paris. I'm going to Paris on a certain date. And then there's absolute certainty that you're doing it. So in contrast to that, when I think back to all the times that I haven't, let's say I may have wanted something, created it, and then not been happy, for example, a particular job. I can look back now in reflection that when I've had a particular job and I've worked for somebody, and even though it was what I wanted, what I asked for, I would have, how you say, like one foot in the door, and then one foot would be for my business. So I'd be half committed to the job because that's what I wanted, but then daily, almost every hour, I'd still be thinking about my business because I would have left it temporarily or permanently. At the time, I thought, once I left my business to have a job, and then I was very unhappy and very unfulfilled. So the moral of that long story is that it didn't last. It wasn't fulfilling, and I wasn't ultimately happy because I wasn't following my truth path. So there's more there about true path as well. It's like I inevitably always return to my beloved business, working for myself, because that's my passion, and that's where I can be very creative. And in that definition of what makes me happy with my career, I also include my acting roles because that also gives me that creativity. So saying that as another example, I'm going to be an actor, an actress. I want to be that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be in a movie. Like, it's the intention, it's the conviction, it's the certainty, and then there's all the action that goes with that creates the opportunities. though you need the actual conviction is the best word I can think of. Certainty, absolute belief that that's what you're creating. It's a done deal, like it's the truth. It's your truth. And I often say when you're talking to other people, if they were, like they say naysayers or someone that would say that you can't or you won't or why would you want to, that's when that doesn't matter. Like when you have so much self-belief and certainty about something that you're about to do, and somebody may tell you that it's too ambitious, and that's happens to me all the time, you just don't, not as much now, but it used to, you just don't, it doesn't bother you because you have certainty that you're doing it. And I feel that's like an indication almost of how certain you are. When you can unapologetically talk about your desires or what you want, and if someone were to say for any reason that you can't or you won't do that, then it doesn't faze you at all because you're so certain, so you wouldn't even be offended. Okay, so that's just I feel like a measurement, and that's definitely for me as well, because if the contrast is not sure about something, half-hearted, as we say, in that job example, I'm going to work at X company and I'm not sure if I really want to, so I'm vibing that anyway, and so lots of people said they didn't think that would work for me. And it was because I can see, like in my reflection of that, like hindsight, I wasn't sure. Right. So in the example of I am going to Paris, I am going to London, and I will be going back to those places. So another good example, I know I'm going there. I don't know exactly when I'm going there, but I'm going there, and I know I'm going there. I know I'm going to be in more movies, in more high quality TV and movie productions. I know I'm going to do that, or I am doing that in my vibration. Today I'm already there. So I have absolute certainty. So I feel that my best advice for today for how to manifest or create what you want with ease and fast, if you want to say fast or quick, is when you know in your, I say heart and mind, because there's a lot of power. There's more power in our heart than our mind, as in energy. So it's knowing in your heart and it's knowing in your mind. And when your mind accepts something to be real, in inverted commas, meaning your mind understands what you're talking about or affirming as already in your reality. For example, I'm going to Paris, like Paris is always in your mind. Oh, she's going to Paris. That's your mind. It's like telling your mind, I'm going to Paris. Mind says, oh, okay, she's going to Paris, because I'm so certain that I'm going to Paris. That's the best way I can explain it today in this very brief training. So it's convincing yourself, knowing in your heart and your mind, and that's how it manifests, or you create it in your reality. So if you'd like any more guidance, or if you have any questions, or you'd like to inquire about the private consultations, if available, please contact me, Donna@donnahanks.com. Thank you.